In my dub battle videos, I've been noticing there's been a lot of voice changes, while the series keeps the original cast. And I'm not talking about, like, entirely new dubs. I'm talking about series that have characters with different voices after they keep that voice actor on for a while. So in this video, I'm just going to do a few characters that have minor voice changes. Let's get things started and let's talk about these characters and let's go! Ranma. Which Ranma? Both versions, male and female. And why? Well, oddly enough, throughout the middle of the series, male Ranma did get his voice changed. And at first, he was voiced by Sarah Strange, who was female, and did kind of a Ralph Macchio imitation with his voice, or her voice, whatever. And the other one was later dubbed with Richard Ian Cox from Inuyasha. I don't know exactly why their voices were changed, but it's really noticeable, and I prefer Sarah Strange's version over, well, Richard Ian Cox's version, who is a good voice actor in his own right, but good God, it's noticeable here.
Hey, a girl's not supposed to butt in on a battle between men!
What? But Ranma, you're losing! I'm just worried about you!
You idiot! You don't know anything, do you? If I quit now, how will I get you back?
Okay, Pop. If that's how you want it, fine. 'Cause some way, somehow, wherever he's got you, Mom, I will find you!
We're not even done with Ranma yet. Now, we gotta go to female Ranma, and she has had a voice change herself. First off was the first voice that voiced female Ranma for the first 5 or 6 episodes, plus a couple episodes in the OVA. And it was Bridget Dow. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right, and I just yelled at the Gintama dub. Anyhow, then she was later switched out with Venus Terzo, which, in my opinion, after the fight with Ryoga, was a good call. Venus sounds more feminine and more feisty, while Bridget sounds a little too masculine, and I guess that's the idea, but I prefer Venus by far.
It's okay, don't bother.
You don't want to go to school as a girl, do you?
Oh boy, what a way to start things off. Now I'm gonna be late.
Don't you know that all work and no play makes Ryoga a dull boy?
I do not ignore responsibilities so that I can surf.
Yeah? Or maybe you just got a reason you can't get your little piggies wet.
I'm not even close to done yet with Rumiko Takahashi's characters. Now, speaking of Inuyasha, let's talk about his older brother, Sesshomaru, who is the best character out of Inuyasha by far. He also had an English dub voice change, which I think I know why, and it was because I believe David Kaye had moved. But the two voice changes were David Kaye and Michael Dangerfield. Two voice actors have been on my show, or mentioned on my show before. They weren't guests or anything like that. But yeah, let's take a listen on them. And, you know, basically, after the final act was dubbed, the Canadian was redoing the whole thing again. And, well, you see what happened. David Kaye had moved to the US, and they used Michael Dangerfield to replace it. So, hey, I at least have a reason for this voice change.
The Fang. It is the Fang I seek here. Once I possess it, I shall transform myself into a far greater power. Yet why must I explain? My power is what it is. I shall not always be limited thus. Can it be that I am afraid? Or is it merely I know not my own limits?
Cannot save her. Tenseiga. I let her die. For something like this. Nothing I could have gained was worth losing her. Nothing at all.
Now that we're done with Rumiko Takahashi, let's take a trip into the future. Let's just say we are a pioneer. Okay, I'm just kidding. We all know this is about Ryoko, and this one is a pretty similar voice change thing that happened with Sesshomaru. This one was a little different, though. At first, Ryoko's original voice actress, Petra Buchard, I hope to God I pronounced that right, retired and left the series and was replaced by Mona Marshall, who did a okay job. However, after GXP and Muo 3, when the remake to Tenchi Muo came out, or the reanimation dub or whatever, Petra came back to reprise her role as Ryoko, and she knocked it out of the park. I've often wondered why that they were changed up, but after doing a little research, yeah, I could see it. Why Petra returned? I guess she feels that Ryoko was her character.
I was wondering where you were and what was taking you so long. You're so far away. Why don't you come up here? Did you say something? Up there the bath is more roomy, much nicer. Let's go up there, Tenchi. Hold on to me tightly or you'll fall. Why are you being so shy? You've seen me naked before.
Tenchi, you're not gonna believe this. Ayaka's been after me all morning and... Something wrong? Huh? What? Hey, Sana, long time no see. Sorry about that. Guess I should pay better attention to where I land. What are you doing down there anyway? You know, you should be more careful where you sit. But I guess it is hot today, so I can understand why you'd want to take a little dip in the pool.
Now, the character we're going to be talking about, Ikkaku Madarame, who is my favorite out of Bleach, and his voice change is very questionable. Now, I never had a chance to ask him, so I don't know why, and this was way before the Kick Vic bullshit started, but originally, yep, Ikkaku was voiced by Vic Mignogna, and then replaced later on in the later dub, I guess, with Michael Stinkerson. I'm just gonna go with that, Michael Stinkerson. I don't know how to pronounce that name, people. And it's very comical. I wonder if he's... Anyway, I really don't know or understand this voice change here because Vic was the perfect Ikkaku. But Michael does a decent job, but I'm going to say he is no Vic Mignogna, unfortunately. And you could really tell a difference in these voices.
Wants to fight! I need a good challenge! There must be at least one or two of you who want to die. Who's that?
Oh, yeah, right. Your friend is in a good mood. And that's reason to worry.
What's that?
No.
Deployment orders. And since they weren't involved in any of the day's battles, they should still be at full strength.
That's right. Because of Kenpachi, I never did relay any orders over to Squad 11. Damn! I was really looking forward to getting in on some of the action. But the odds aren't very good now that there's only one of them left.
We're on to a very common known voice change, and that would be the original dub to the Deke Sailor Moon. I honestly have not looked up why all three Sailor Moon's voices have changed. Yes, I did not put her singing voice into these clips, by the way, because I don't count that as anything. Anyhow, yeah, Sailor Moon has went through a large number of voice actresses in her time, and the most common three are here. Now, I'm not going to put Stephanie Sheh because this is an entirely different dub in general. But, however, there were three. Well, I really don't remember all their names, ironically, except for Linda Ballantyne, who probably was my favorite version of Serena. And that's about it. I mean, that's really all I've got. There were just 3 Deke versions of Sailor Moon. And honestly, we were never really given a reason why. I just wonder why these changes happened or whatever, but we'll probably never know.
Of looking up at the constellations. Oh, look, this swan. And you're at the arcade. And there, tuxedo mask. Oh, this is so intense.
I am Sailor Moon, the champion of justice. And I say on behalf of the moon, I shall right wrongs. I'm just deeply concerned about Rei. You know how easily she can be distracted from our mission. Let's follow them, Luna. Rei definitely needs watching.
I came in here to save you from the evil temptations of fun.
Let me think here. Oh, just hurry.
Yes, the good old pudding of relativity. Let me see. Well, it's relative, of course, but it's like you mix eggs, milk, and sugar together, then you must cover it up and let it steam for about 30 minutes.
And that's my list for the characters with the most notable voice changes. Was there any characters that you think I missed, or any I should have given an honorable mention to at least? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinion on this. Maybe I surprised some of you on some of these voice changes, maybe not. Whatever it is, let me know. And always do remember, I'm listening.
I have a very important question. Did you like what you saw? I'm betting you did. And if you did, you should like and subscribe to Mr. Tim's YouTube. Lots of awesome reviews, lists, interviews. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you're missing out. Always remember, he's listening.